Hey there, this is Nicole, and this is how to teach complex concepts online. If you're new here, my name is Nicole Mace. I have a master's degree in education technology and instructional design, and I love helping faculty bridge the gap between technology and curriculum in order for them to be able to teach online with more impact and some ease. So today I wanted to explain an experience I had working with a professor client of mine, Marilyn C. She's a medical assistant program chair for a community college, and she had the job, just like many of us, to transition from the classroom to online. Now, a more complex concept such as medical terminology and teaching it to freshmen online can seem a little daunting. So we worked together to use these really key strategies to make sure that these concepts were not too complex and they were simplified for her students, even learning online. So the very first strategy is actually just to simplify your lesson plan. Your lesson plan online needs to be more about quality instead of quantity. And there are only 3 parts that are necessary for a strong lesson plan. The first is to think about your introduction. How are you going to introduce the complex concept to your students? Are you going to lecture about it? Are you sending them a video? Are you having them read a chapter? Think about how they're going to start to understand this concept. The next piece of the puzzle is a demonstration. They need to be able to see this concept in action. So this doesn't have to be like a physical demonstration, but maybe examples of how this concept is applied. The last piece of the puzzle of simplifying the plan is just to give them some practice. Now, this doesn't have to be an elaborate project or assignment, just some practice applying the concept. A lot of instructors might make the mistake of providing additional resources for the introduction and the demonstration and in the practice, when really the additional resources are not what is necessary. The 2 things you can add to strengthen this plan is to add scaffolding, so helping students climb the stairs of understanding the concept in the demonstration and in the practice, and then also providing quality feedback. If this still seems difficult to simplify, just write down each of the 3 parts on a Post-it note, and I promise you, you will come out with the exact amount of information and experience that students are going to need in your online class. So the next key strategy is my 50-50 ratio plan. With every point of content, there is a point of engagement. You definitely don't want to overload students with a ton of different content and then give them one chance to engage. Think about every time you give them something to read, something to watch, something to view, they have an immediate opportunity to engage with that content. The one question you can answer to yourself on this piece is, what will students be able to do after they read or watch this piece of content? This is to make sure that the online learning environment is engaging and ask for students to be involved in their own learning. So part number 3 is a self-reflection. You may think, well, this is not going to help them learn the content, but I really want to encourage you to give students the time and space to think about their own thinking. This is also called metacognition. And without going into all the brain science, it's the one thing that needs to happen in order for students to take different approach or different behavior in what they're learning. So giving them the time and space to think about, what are my successes? What are my challenges? What am I really struggling with? But what do I actually understand? It's going to help students reassess where they're at and change the behavior they need to be successful in your class. So it's really, really important to build in self-reflection assignments within your online class. So let's do a quick recap on how to teach complex concepts online. You want to first simplify the plan. Think about introduction, demonstration, and practice. That's it. Next, make sure you have the 50-50 ratio going on, meaning for every piece of content, there is a part or opportunity for engagement. And lastly, be sure to create the time and space students need to do self-reflection on their own learning. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help. Leave a comment below if you need any type of educational technology resource or any questions answered. Happy teaching.